All right, let's dive right into this explainer and unpack the definitive blueprint for turning online traffic into actual measurable sales. Today, we are completely bypassing the generic advice. Instead, we're going to look at the underlying architecture of what actually drives results, what completely fails, and the critical testing mindset you need to scale. So we're kicking things off with the ultimate question, the big elephant in the e-commerce room. Why is it that some businesses are out there making thousands of dollars online seemingly overnight, while others, well, they get absolutely zero sales?
It's wild, right? You could have two businesses launching the exact same product on the exact same day, but the secret weapon separating the massive winners from the total zeros usually boils down to just two words: Facebook ads. It really isn't about having a radically different product or some huge team. It's simply about mastering this one specific platform.
So, how does it actually do this? Let's take a look at what we like to call the secret Facebook engine.
Think of this algorithm as a brilliantly smart matchmaker. It already possesses a ton of historical user data. It literally knows what people like, it knows exactly what they watch, and crucially, it knows what they actually buy. So instead of you just shouting into the void hoping someone hears you, the system automatically uses that deeply ingrained behavioral data to match your offer with high-intent buyers.
And when you let that automated engine do its thing, the results are like a compounding snowball effect. You aren't just getting isolated metrics. You're getting way more views at the top of your funnel, which directly translates into more of those crucial sales, all while simultaneously building up a passionate base of followers for the long haul. The whole shebang.
But hold on a second. If this engine is so magical, why do most beginners still completely fail?
Well, it's usually because they fall into these massive traps, basically burning their cash. I'm talking about running super long, incredibly boring videos that drag out the message, or maybe they're using awful thumbnails that don't make anyone stop scrolling. Or, worst of all, there's just no clear message or offer. The algorithm is smart, but it can't save a terrible ad.
And you want to know why those mistakes are absolutely fatal? Because to survive the modern social media feed, you have to achieve the impossible and capture attention in a microscopic window. Just 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Boom, that's it. In that brief moment, the user decides your fate. If you've committed any of those errors, you miss this window entirely.
Okay, so how do we actually fix this? Let's break down the winning ad formula.
This is the exact blueprint you need, and honestly, it's wonderfully simple. The foundation of almost every successful campaign follows a tight three-part rhythm. Step 1, the problem. You immediately call out a very specific pain point. Step 2, the solution. You position your product as the absolute perfect fix. And Step 3, the call to action. Tell them exactly what to do next with zero friction. Problem, solution, action. No wasted seconds.
To put that into perspective, look at this incredibly straightforward example. Tired of slow internet? Try this new Wi-Fi device today. Notice how tired of slow internet hits the nail right on the head with the problem. Then, try this new Wi-Fi device swoops in as the crystal clear solution. And today creates that urgent call to action. Keeping it simple is what actually converts.
Now, before you launch anything, we need to talk about the final mindset shift required to scale: testing over guessing.
There's this crazy, persistent myth out there that you need massive capital to even get started. Nope, absolutely not. The reality is that just $5 is enough to launch a tiny micro test. It's a super low barrier way to see if your problem solution hook actually resonates with people before the algorithm takes over. It totally strips away the excuse that you need a huge budget to validate an idea.
And that perfectly sums up how smart marketers win. The goal is not guessing. The goal is testing. By leaning on clear formulas and this platform's incredible data engine, you transform totally blind hope into a predictable framework. The blueprint is literally right here in front of you. So my final question to you to end this explainer is, what exactly will your very first $5 test be today?